Fatal. We got readies from both players though, so we're gonna go ahead and get game number one, is my assessment of it. But oh, that hang of a Z is not going to help Armstrong. And even if Armstrong survives, Akatu is going to be in a good place pace-wise, and Armstrong isn't going to be able to get out of that. Or over to the left, but needs something else over to burn, and Akatu, or not Akatu, Armstrong can't do it, tops at 7-16. The opportunities are endless. It's pretty much like that, but oh, hang for Armstrong, and tops out 442. Akatu, Armstrong's running out of time before the transition, and that board is just too high. Armstrong tops out 574. Akatu in a chase time needs 575. Any burn will do. That double will do. And Akatu is going to take game number 4.
And the challenging player, Tetris Time, will get started as soon as I find the button. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left is the Division 1 incumbent. A roller out of France with an NTSC PB of 1,581,000. And one of my partners in crime over in Classic Tetris Wars. It is Macy. And on the right, a roller out of the United States with a PB of 4,407,000. He is the back regional champion. Welcome in Tetris Time. And Tetris Time going to be the first to take a burn here. Macy's perfect through 4 so far. Tetris Time getting that cleaned up rather quickly. Just playing it safe here, not trying to do too much. Macy will take his first burn after 5 Tetrises. And then we get a drought. Short one though, 21 pieces. Both players managing it just fine. Macy just south of a 1 Tetris lead. It is very early though. .206 for Macy, 187 Tetris Time. Macy going to be able to extend the lead here as Tetris Time having to do some burns. No problem getting the well open. We'll bank down a Tetris. Macy looking very solid right now. Tetris for Macy. Tetris Time's board in a bit of a situation here, but long bar shows up, no problem. Cleaned up before I really could talk about it much. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. These burns have given Macy the lead, though, to about 2.5 Tetrises here at the half. 346 at 66 lines. My goodness. Macy putting on a bit of a show. But we'll see what happens. 330 lines to work with. We'll have a speed increase at 130. Another one at 230. Well, I guess technically we have another one at 330, but it is all but impossible to play. Macy in a bit of a dig, but we'll get out of that very quickly. Would like to fix up this left side, but is going to get a bar down for a Tetris. I'll give him more time to contemplate what to do with the left, and very nice adjustment on that L there for the square. I would have been inclined to just place it flat, and it looked like he was thinking about it, and then, no, just going to bump it over one more, because there's a square coming. Double L for Tetris Time. And we'll get the bar down for the Tetris. 510 Macy, 477 for Tetris Time. We're at the half. Or at the turn, rather. We're well past the half. What am I saying? More coffee. I need more coffee. Yeah, I decided to sleep in today because I have several things that I'm going to be streaming today. This is the first of them. After this, I'm actually going to be streaming a finals of a Descent tournament. That has been going on for several weeks. We're going to whittle our players down to the top 6, and then they'll engage in knockout festivities. It usually takes about 3 to 4 hours. And then later tonight, I'm going to be doing my CTM qual. I was thinking about not qualifying because my competition has been kind of bad lately, but I feel like I've fixed it, so we'll see. Macy here is about to transition with a ridiculous score. Tetris Time is at 622. That's pretty good, but it's not 675. Macy with a 53,000 point lead into transition. What are these scores, man? These two are definitely worthy of Division 1. But only one can stay. Tetris Time in a bit of a drought here. Macy will now start receiving that drought. Bang Tetris for Tetris Time. Macy looking for the bar. He's going to find the bar. Gets the bar down for the Tetris. 784 Macy. 711. Maybe a Slurpee for Tetris Time. Bit of an awkward board for Macy right now, though. Does get the bar over for the Tetris, and that will bring some much-needed relief. Long bar dependency gets filled immediately. Macy's getting bailed here. And bang, Tetris for Macy. Great RNG. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. This has been a very clean game for both players. Macy's just been slightly more efficient. Tetris Time getting into a little bit of a trouble here. I almost think that square in 6-7, it was a misdrop. I feel like it should have been in 5-6, but doesn't matter. Everything's open now. 100,000 point lead for Macy here halfway through the 19 speeds. Tetris Time working through some traffic. Macy gets the bar for the Tetris, restores the 6-digit lead, and gets the max out on 25. Some great pace out of Macy right now. Another Tetris. Tetris Time still in cleanup mode. Gonna be able to get out of it here and just needs a bar. 1.1 for Macy on 26. Gee, this is 1.3 territory right now. Maybe not quite. He's just a little shy. But doesn't matter now because he's got to burn away at least one Tetris there. Tetris Time approaching level 29. Bang Tetris into the max out. 1,032,000. But Macy is almost at the 1.2. Tetris Time goes in at 1,068,000. Macy's in at 1,238,000. Bang Tetris. Oh, that's only triples. Sorry. Insert Kiwi. Squawk, take the triple. Tetris for Tetris Time. Macy still holding on to a roughly 100,000 point lead. It's been that for much of 19, now into 29. And both players are off to the races. Macy said his goal is to just make 29. Goal reached. Everything after that's a bonus. But unfortunately, that bonus... Oh, both players suddenly topping out. Macy's going to take game number 1. Tetris Time was dependent on a bar in column 3, and a 29 drought's going to do him in. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 2. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Macy, of course, is the defending incumbent of Division 1. Played in Division 1A this season. Now, there's a bit of a situation in the bottom of the division where 3 players kind of did a bit of a circle where Macy beat Redshirt beat Hydrant, and Hydrant beat Macy. So they all ended 1-6. Redshirt was able to stay alive in Division 1, largely based on his performances against Cobra, Macy, and O, where he took all 3 of those to a decider, even though they were losing efforts. Redshirt getting 6 extra points out of that, in addition to 1 point from Neko, which, you know, that's pretty hard to do, and then 6 points from Hydrant. So Redshirt safe at 13. Hydrant got auto-relegated with 6 points, as he's only able to pick up a single win against Blue Scooty, O, and Redshirt, and then also defeated Macy 3-2. Macy managed to stay ahead of Hydrant by taking him to the decider, and also taking Cobra to a decider, taking a game off of O, and then taking down Redshirt 3-2. So that landed Macy on 10 points for the season. Macy did not get his choice of opponent. That went to Akatu, who chose Armstrong from Division 2B, leaving Macy to take on Tetris Time. Of course, I really think from Akatu, that's just kind of like a slam dunk choice right there. You're not gonna pick the former Division 1 player. 170 for Macy, 154 for Tetris Time as we continue here with game number 2. Now, Macy recently mentioning over on the Classic Tetris Wars server, I don't know where else he may have mentioned it, but he's going to be taking a bit of time off from Tetris. We'll be around for the Battle Royale tournament, but pretty much won't be playing in Season 30. You know, like most people say, is perfectly fine and normal to want to take time off. There could be a variety of reasons you would need to do so. And you know what? Life comes first. Tetris is fun, but it is secondary. Both players getting pretty high here. A little drought comes in, but bar does show up for the Tetris. Tetris Time has a half a single lead right now, and never mind, it's now Macy's half a single. But Tetris Time ends that debate with a Tetris. Tetris Time very high up on the board. If you've watched Tetris Time for any length of time, you know this is not unusual. And if you've watched Tetris Time for any length of time, you know that doing what he's doing right now, digging out of it, also not unusual. He knows how to touch the sun and not get burnt. Bar goes down the right side for the Tetris. Comes up from Macy. Another Tetris for Macy. Macy in the lead, 386 to 365. Trout counter showing up here. Tetris Time high up on the board. Getting some good pieces and some great 200 IQ burns there. And will get the bar over for the Tetris. Tetris Time gonna hit transition, but will not have the lead, I'm pretty sure. Bang Tetris, 426 for Tetris Time into level 19. Macy with that Tetris will clear that mark and still has one more to go, so pretty decent lead for Macy. Not as big as last game. We'll see what happens at level 19. Tetris Time living up to his moniker. Banging down several Tetrises there. Another Tetris for Macy. Macy, nice fits there. Oh, man. That momentarily put a smile on his face with that move. Tetris Time has taken the lead, though, 588 to 539, as Macy is struggling to get the right side open. Right side is now open, has to close it. He opens it back up and gets the bar for the Tetris. Staying alive, and another Tetris back into the lead as well. 598 for Macy, 594 for Tetris Time. Tetris Time was considerably ahead in lines for a while, and Macy has somehow closed that gap. Get the bar over for the Dirty Tetris. Has to work on getting these holes out in column 3 at some point. But when is that point? It's not now. There's the bar. There's a Tetris. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. Score's not quite as lofty as last game. In fact, Macy just now exceeding his transition score from game number 1. Give you an idea of how different the scores are. And it's affected both players, too. Like, Tetris Time had a 600 transition as well. Andrew Meep with a sub. Nice. Well been. Macy just trying to keep things clean for the moment. Tetris Time going to take advantage with a 2 Tetris lead now. All of a sudden, Tetris Time is 6 digits ahead. Macy having trouble getting clean and Tetris ready, but now is Tetris ready. Gets the bar over for the Tetris. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. Macy gonna bang one down. We are approaching level 29. We'll double the speed. Double the fun. Tetris Time about to head into that level. Oh, it's not going to be able to go in clean. Just going to take the double in 962. Here we go, level 29. Macy also not clean into 29. This board is scary for Macy. And the Trout into 29 is going to do him in. We're tied at 1. We have a bit of a series here, folks. Macy dominant in game 1, Tetris Time dominant in game 2. This is going to be a fun set. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So Tetris Time is a former Division 1 player, but did get relegated out in Season 28, but looking to pop right back in a season later. Ended his season 5-1. With probably the most impressive victory in there is sweeping Somalian, who is also a former Division 1 player. But the only player they couldn't handle was Kirby. Mighty Kirby taking the Division 2A and getting auto-promoted with a 6-0. But there was also this playoff promotion spot available, so Tetris Time was able to claim that by defeating everyone else in the division. Tetris Time, as mentioned, swept Somalian, had 3-1s against Peekayric, Robin, and Wide, and had a bit of a tough time against the Dash player, Salted Sofa. He's having a bit of a rough time with his board right now, so 30 drought is really roughing up Tetris Time. And it's no longer a 30 drought, it's 40 drought. This drought is insane. What is this drought? We're up to 50 pieces. 51-piece drought, and Tetris Time gets a Tetris out of it because, of course, Tetris Time gets a Tetris. What? Absolute insanity here in game number 3. Macy had to dig a bit, but is out of the dig, and we'll get the bar over for the Tetris, so obviously it's going to be a slow start for both players here if they don't get a bar for like 12 lines. Tetris Time at the top, again, just barely gets that T over. Oh, a long bar dependency, but gets another bar. And Tetris Time getting bailed by that RNG there. Thumbs up for Macy, who's all the way back to the bottom and has a 63,000 point lead here, almost halfway through level 18. This game has not been one for excitement. Of course, we did mention a little earlier, Tetris Time did win 3 consecutive regionals. In back-to-back-to-back weeks. And kind of interesting, in one of them, he did take out ID Kirby. The man who beat him in CTL play. Couldn't get him on in the live event. It would be so much fun if those two managed to meet up at CTWC. Tetris for Macy into the lead. Tetris Time trying to find a way to resolve this overhang here, and it's just that it didn't get anything. Look at how all in he was on trying to get that resolved. Now gonna have to try to get this dirty Tetris. We'll get that one. Macy shaking his head, but I don't know if that's at his board or Tetris Time's board. Long bar for Tetris Time will bang down the Tetris, but Macy is in the lead. 55,000 points. We're approaching level 19 and about 5 Tetrises here. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. And he thought the scores last game were low. They're not much better this game. Can thank that 51-piece drought at the beginning for that. It's absolute insanity to start this game. But both players have settled in. The Tetris for Tetris Time is 1 away. In fact, 1 line away from level 19. Macy will bang down a Tetris, put him 1 Tetris away. Looks like Macy will have the lead into level 19. We have a little bit of a drought going on, but Tetris Time gets a couple Tetrises in. Went in at, I believe, 404, score not found. Macy will go in at 462. Last game was where Tetris Time really took off on level 19. We'll see if he can manage it again, or if Macy can regain his form from game 1. Level 22, Tetris Time about a level ahead. Although Macy making short work of that. And it is a 2 Tetris lead for the Frenchman. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. Oh, nice burn there. Macy trying to get the left side of this board operational. Will get the bar down the right for the Tetris, and oh, didn't quite get the pieces in the right spots there, but won't be much of a problem. Tetris Time also was having to take a couple burns there, so oh, nice spin there for Tetris Time. Board's climbing a bit, but he is taking burns. 748 for Macy, 697 for Tetris Time. Tetris Time gets a Tetris on 25. Macy waiting on that bar, takes the burn. He'll get a Tetris, 783. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. Level 29 is looming. Tetris Time has the right side very much covered. We'll get that dirty Tetris down the middle, though. Gonna get the right side open here, but very briefly covers the well to maintain the stack. But Macy has got an 83,000 point lead as we are getting close to level 29. Players focusing up for the final level. There's the max out for Macy, 1,019,000. Still with 2 Tetrises remaining, but I don't know if he's going to get them both. Let's get the bar down the right. Oh, no, well, it doesn't matter because the bar showed up pretty close. 1,063,000 to 984. Macy in the lead here. But this board's quickly spiraling out of control for Macy. That's going to be it. Tetris Time, you're in a chase down. You need a 67. That is only 2 Tetrises. But it's also a rather quick line out by comparison. NTC, hello. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. Okay. Brief internet hiccup, I would imagine. I don't think that was NTC. Less than a Tetris away here. Board is nice and low. Only 5,000 points left. And there it is. Tetris Time will take game number 3. We'll have a 2-1 lead. We'll count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Of course, we love to give you all of the stats and information on players, especially in the playoffs. And One of the stats that we always look up is, you know, what's their head-to-head like? How have these two fared against each other in the past? It's their first meeting. They have never played before. So, yeah. No historical record between the players. Oh, column 8 fits there for Tetris Time. Had the option to do it in column 9. Right now, the start of this one is looking like the start of game 1 as Macy has 5 in a row once again. Another Tetris for Tetris Time. There's another one from Macy. Tetris is just raining down right now. That TRT 100 still at the top of Macy's board there. Long bar dependency may ended here, though. Let's see what he chooses to do. Yeah, gotta stuff the L there. No choice. So 8 in a row to start the game for Macy. It's a bit better than game 1. He gets some great pieces to get the right side open. Unfortunately, this burning from Macy has given Tetris Time the lead, as Tetris Time's Tetris rate is 96%. That means only 2 burns so far. Make it 3, make it 4. And there's another Tetris. Macy's saying I'm also talking to myself, trying to convince me to play 29. 29 is not easy, let me tell you. I've only ever been 9 lines in to 29 on 3 occasions now. 2 of them from a 29 start in back-to-back games somehow. These players capable of doing much more than that. Tetris Time kind of getting up high. Not getting anything for that right side. And oh my god! What? I'm not sure what just happened, but that's not going to be survivable. Macy, you're in a chase down. You need 382. Yeah, Tetris Time's NTC hasn't been perfect today, and that kind of flipped out right at the wrong time. I have no idea how he got into that situation. That's crazy. Macy is not being a hero. And it's taking the triples and doubles, gets the bar, bang Tetris. It's 2-2. Coming straight to you in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, missed tuck there for Tetris Time. A bit of an unusual mistake you don't see players at this level make. So Tetris Time going to be in an early dig. Macy also in an early dig, but for different reasons. Macy should get out of this rather quick, though. Tetris Time is still going to be digging for a while here. Bang Tetris for Macy. Tetris Time. It's working on this, getting this board down. That right side is going to be nasty to resolve. Oh, that Z. What is that Z? Yuck. Don't like it. All right, welcome in. And welcome into what has been at least so far, a pretty good series. We've had 329 games. Last game was our first early top. And Tetris Time trying to avoid another one this game, and is getting up high. And you see he's just put on focus mode right there. Like, he's rolling all the time, but there is clearly some kind of switch that he has. And you can see it in his body language when he turns that on. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but it's like tensing up or changing posture. Either way, it's 178 out of Tetris to go to 201 for Macy. 52,000 for Tetris Time, who has been digging all game. And as we approach the halfway point, I think bro forgot who he is. It's very rare at any level you see TRT 0 at 65 lines. Yikes. 8 Tetris lead for Macy. We may be finally seeing the end of this dig as Tetris Time is clean. Set up for a Tetris. And bang! Tetris for Tetris Time. Wow. That was some suffering. This is not a Tetris. It's only a triple. 10 Tetris lead for Macy. Oh, dirty Tetris for Tetris Time there. I didn't even see that he was set up. Just kind of happened. It was ready again. There's another Tetris. We're at the 100-line turn. It is 438 for Macy, 202 for Tetris Time. But Tetris Time's still alive. Ready to capitalize on any potential mistakes. No longer worried about digging, just trying to keep pace. Macy did have a bit of a short dig low on the board there, but getting some nice pieces to resolve everything. We're approaching level 19. Lead has dropped under 200,000 for the moment. Tetris for Tetris Time, 321 into level 19. Going to be significantly ahead in lines in here. Macy now in at 523. Wow, this lead has dropped a bit. Oh, Tetris Time with a bit of a rough board. Oh, very nice cleanup with the T. It's like nothing happened. But something's happening right now, and that something is a drought. Oh, no. Now it'll end. Oh, my God. Macy's bored. Bar is not going to help him all that much. 42-piece drought for the players there. The second longest of the set. Oh, the misdrop of the T for Macy. Needs to get a bar over that. Should be able to at this height. And will. That was scary for a moment, though, but Macy has a lead here. Doesn't really want to lose it, but oh, the square doesn't go over. He's going to be done. Tetris time. You are in a chase down. You need 574. What a turnaround this would be. Tetris Time was trailing by 12 Tetrises at one point. Now has an opportunity to take the win. There's another Tetris. He's about 1 and change. There's the Tetris. And of course, you know him. He's Tetris Time. He says, keep the change. Bang, Tetris. It's 3-2. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this underway. We'll count it down. Game number 6. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, especially, like, and after game number 4, having early topped on 18, and then just getting into that never-ending dig, which, you know, it did end, but you know what I mean. Just insane that he's able to take the win off that. Trying to get out of some early trouble here, but both players also were doing a little bit of digging. Macy is clear. Tetris Time is not going to wait to get down to the bottom of the board, but does have that long bar dependency on the right. I do not like that. And Macy and Tetris Time doesn't either, so he's just going to burn it down. Of course, he's going to set up after burning it down. He's really trying to get this dirty Tetris here. And there's the bar. Dirty Tetris for Tetris Time. But Macy in the lead. 102 to 82. Another Tetris for Macy. Macy got a nice clean board here. We'll score a Tetris there. Tetris Time has cleaned up his mess, and we'll score a Tetris. Ooh, bit of a misflip there for Macy, but it'll just be a couple turns. He's probably looking for a square, or probably a square, yeah. Macy is in the lead. We'll score a Tetris. What happened to Tetris Time? Oh, dear. What happened to Tetris Time's internet? Okay, there we go. It's fine. Everything's fine. Another bar, another Tetris, column 9 this time. Now set up in the proper right well. But Macy has taken advantage. 53,000 point lead. Tetris for Tetris Time. Tetris for Macy. Macy nice and low here. Not going for the Vits. It's one of the things that I've been trying to figure out is, you know, when you get that setup with the J setting up the Vits, you can either do that or you can put it in 910. Well, I feel like there's times where you do not set up the Vits, and those are more numerous than I think they are. Because very often I'll set it up and then immediately regret it. Macy trying to go dirty here, but is in a bit of a drought. Does get the bar, though, for the Tetris. Tetris Time has a real-time lead, but Macy will take a actual lead there. It was a close game. It is within a Tetris in pace. And Macy will show us what the actual lead is, 343 to 328. Both players have settled into a rhythm this game. There's the bar. There's Tetris for Macy. 415. 377 for Tetris Time at the turn. And there's a Tetris. Level 19 not too far away. Now the Tetris for Macy. Tetris Time have to do a little digging here. Ooh, had to put the J down there. So that's going to cause some more burning. Now he's got the right side open, though. Macy also taking a couple of burns as well. As little drought going on here. We'll get the Tetris, though. And another one. So it's a 50,000 point lead for Macy. 55,000 point lead. That's 2.5 Tetrises. Oh, misdrop of the T. Tetris Time. Can solve it, but then that makes a... You know, he's got a long bar dependency on the left. Gets a bar for it, and then opens up the right side. Here we go, level 19 coming up. Oh, this is... I'm going to take the triple in at 465. So a high transition, but clean board. Still not getting a bar here. Macy's in at 558. Finally, the bar shows for Tetris Time. We'll Tetris into 20. And Macy's got a decent advantage. There's that drought for Macy. Takes the double and then bangs down the Tetris. It's quite the line differential right now. 10 lines difference between the players. 619 Buaka Buaka for Macy. 607 for Tetris Time. Another Tetris for Macy. Level 23 for Tetris Time. Almost halfway through the 19 speeds. Another Tetris for Macy. Tetris again for Macy. It's got a lead here as Tetris Time is now digging. This is not an easy dig either. This could take some time, but Tetris Time trying to make it quick work of it. I really like what Tetris Time did there, keeping the... He put some weight on that hole in the middle, but that's because there was already a bunch of weight on the right side over those holes. So it didn't really matter that it took him extra time to dig out the first hole, because he could just work on getting the right side down. So very nice play there from Tetris Time. 3 Tetris lead for Macy as we're rolling towards level 29. And we have a drought on 27 here. Tetris Time will get out of danger. Needs to get this board down. And pretty much doing everything he can to do so. Here we go, level 29. 895 for Tetris Time. Macy already passed that. In fact, Macy just about at the max out. There's the max into 28. The Tetris Time with a lot of work to do here on the kill screen. Tetris from Macy, 1,041,000. He'll go in at 1,043,000. Oh, and can't get anything right. Tetris Time, you're in a chase down. You need a 44. To be clear, I meant that he can't get anything to the right. I realized how bad that sounded. Tetris Time, 2 Tetrises away. Macy says, I don't deserve to win. Well, it's up to whether Tetris Time can get this chase down done or not. As he has crossed the max out threshold. And just needs another 30,000 points. Ooh, we have a misdrop there. Port's still nice and low, though, so should still be able to get this done. And now we're within 10,000 points. It's just single away. But you know, he's not single time. He is Tetris Time, and he is going back to Division 1. As he'll take the playoff victory over Macy, 4-2. Macy gonna take some, in my opinion, well-earned time off. We hope to see you back stronger than ever. And it's the Tetris. And one more. Oh, well. Wait, are we gonna see... Nope. Game didn't give it to him. 1,214,000. But that's going to be it. Here is your winner. It is Division 1 time for Tetris Time. GG. Congratulations. That was a great match, too. Like, the first 3 games were pretty insane. He's ringing that cowbell. It's just like... exhausting matchup. 6 games.
Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay, we are pretty much good to go here. We got both players here. I got everything ready, so let's get this thing underway. Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the Classic Tetris League. It's season 29, and we've come to the real meat and bones of the CTL season. It's the playoffs, and this is going to be a relegation promotion playoff for Division 1 and 2. This match will decide which one of two players will be in the highest tier of classic Tetris competition come next season and who will be in Division 2. It's Akatu against Armstrong. Akatu from Division 1B, Armstrong from Division 2B. And as for how the players got on in their individual seasons, Akatu, as said, was in Div 1B, a div that contained the likes of Meme, Dengler, Alex T, the likes. And in Akatu's debut campaign, actually put up a fairly decent fight, took 2 games off of the likes of Alex T and Dengler, took a game as well off of SV and got a win against Guafi, who ended up going down in this division automatically. So 1 win from 6, a game record of -8, 11 points total, which was 5 points off of safety, but it was a very competitive division, so someone had to come 6th and 7th, and Akatu came 6th. Meanwhile, Armstrong was in the highly competitive Division 2B. I think this division was pretty much a 3-way battle between AV Geek, Armstrong, and Mark. Armstrong finished 2nd, only dropping 2 matches, and those were against Mark and Jordan. Actually swept the division winner in AV Geek as well. So Armstrong having a great season and finished 33 points, 2nd place, 6 points clear of Mark. You don't know how to keyboard roll like that? I'm sure you practice it, could get it down. I mean, that's the case with everything. You just gotta practice, ultimately. I haven't really tried it myself. But, yeah. Yes, I'm generating the seed now for you guys. And seed will be D2, 1F, E6. D2, 1F, E6. But yes, we got the players here. Akatu on the left, Armstrong on the right. We're gonna rotate Armstrong's camera here just so he's looking at the board. There we go. So yep, when you both are ready, feel free to let me know by indicating you're ready through your NTC room, and we can get things underway. It's a best of 7. Unlike in usual division play, where that's a best of 5, it's best of 7 in the playoffs. So first to 4 hearts will be the winner. If Akatu wins, the players' divisions will stay the same. If Armstrong wins, Armstrong goes to Division 1, and Akatu will be in Division 2. Maisie in chat saying, let's go Akablue. Akatu is ready. And good luck and have funs in the chat. Love to see it. Maisie saying, Akatu, if you lose, I get to call you Scandinavian. Just once. I think that once is going to be fatal. We got readies from both players, though, so we're going to go ahead and get game number 1 underway for this playoff match in Division 1 and 2 for Season 29 of CTL. Let's get it counted down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! And away we go. This decides which one of these two players is gonna be a Division 1 Classic Tetris League member come Season 30. And if there's any season, I mean, you could probably say this about every season, but if there's any season that you want to be an alumni